I almost got kicked out last night. I accidentally violated curfew. For some reason, I got it in my head that it was okay to be out till 11 on Friday night. But I guess for me, being in phase 1 here, 10 o'clock is curfew. I'm not sure if it's 11 o'clock curfew later on, like in phase 2 or 3 or 4 of this 4-phase 12-step rehabilitation program. Finally got to sleep in. I needed it, man. This is like day 11. It's my second Saturday here. I'm finally starting to feel like shit's getting real, basically. I miss my girlfriend. I miss my dog. I miss not paying $225 a week for rent. I miss being able to afford more than rice and beans for groceries. I miss not having to check in with a sponsor every single day. But I shouldn't complain about that one. I really shouldn't complain about anything. I'm happy that I'm here. Stepped on some toes at the meeting last night. So I'm walking in to this church where the meeting's at. And some guy says, his name's Joey. Can't tell you last names, but I can tell you. Joey says, "Hey, will you read this?" And I said, "Sure." And it's something called Chapter 3, More About Alcoholism. Well, I don't use the word alcoholism or alcoholic. I say alcohol addiction. Because we don't use that term for anything else. We don't say heroinism, cocaineism, cigarette-aholic. We have wellness conversations about those substances. But when we say alcoholic, it shifts blame, any blame, and all blame, off of the substance and onto the person. And that's not to say that, there's nothing to character defects and working the 12 steps. I'm not saying that. Even when I read the big book, the Alcoholics Anonymous, in my head, I don't read it as alcoholic. I read an alcohol addict. It gets rid of some of the stigma, the self-defeating stigma. And it keeps things in perspective that, hey, it's an addictive substance. Anybody could become addicted to it. So it's mostly old timers that don't like this kind of thought, but I made my mind up about that one. I'm not going to change for somebody else. It works for me. I learned that from This Naked Mind. I learned it from studying stigmas in college. One of the only things that really stuck with me. Made a lasting impact that I didn't forget. And lastly, I want to express my gratitude for working alongside former crackheads. There's something to be said about working for former crackheads. Alongside. I worked in the cleanest warehouse you've probably ever seen in your life. And these guys, constantly work and get stuff done. Now maybe they have to redo it several times over because they're not quite all there. But they're all on the same page. And when that happens, there's a certain type of magic. I call it crack magic.